Hey guys, it's Fletch. Welcome back to Fletch Does It. And today I've got a whopper of a story to tell you. Honestly, it's a bit hard to believe, but it is true, and you're not going to believe it when you hear it. So stick around. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. So, like I was saying, this story is extremely hard to believe because of the circumstances and how it all played out. And when I first heard it, I didn't believe it and think it was true either until I verified the story with other family members. And so this story is based on a true story. I'm not going to use the names and all of that. You'll see what I mean once I start telling the details of this. But and yes, I got a funny bone tonight, and I just recorded another funny story about when I used to be a peace officer. And so if you like this one, you'll want to watch that one too. That's pretty funny. All right, so let's get into it. So as the story goes, there was a man and woman who were older, middle-aged type adults. The one of them had been divorced, and then the male in the relationship would come over to the house where the mom and the kids lived. And so that was a lot of what their dates were. We're just hanging out with each other, watching movies, whatever, just spending time together. And as the story goes, well, of course, over time, as things got more serious or whatever, he would be over there at the house until the wee hours of the morning, but then always went home, to, as the saying goes, stay above reproach, different things like that, because young kids, whatever, this is going on for a considerable amount of time, and this man is not getting enough sleep. And he kind of realizes it, maybe he kind of doesn't, whatever. He has a propensity, as it is, to kind of fall asleep when he's driving. So you can see kind of foreshadowing for you here. But anyways, one morning on the way to work, and like I said, he's been staying up, to the wee hours of the morning, and then going home and getting up, 3 to 5 hours later and going to work type thing. So he's on his way to work, and he's drowsy, dozing off, whatever, and he ends up not seeing the car in front of him stopped, plows into the back of her with a big pickup truck, probably a 90 something, big four by four pickup truck. And, it does considerable damage to this gal's car. And that's not germane to the story about how bad the damage was. But, so of course the guy's like, man, I'm really sorry. I didn't see you stop. I mean, they exchange information, insurance and everything. And of course, it's on the interstate in a pretty good sized town, so the cops come. And so it's all this whole big production. And, he's understandably extremely embarrassed by this whole thing, whatever. So, he goes to work, has a terrible day at work. Like the morning kind of set the mood for the day. And it was just one of those days where whatever could go wrong did go wrong. He still hasn't had enough sleep. And so now he's on his way home. Well, of course, same thing, he didn't get enough sleep. He worked his butt off that day at work. He's driving home. Rush hour traffic, same thing. He's dozing off, car in front of him stops, doesn't see it, plows into the back of a car. So yeah, that's right. 2 accidents in one day. Now you might be thinking to yourself, "Oh, well, yeah, that's not such a big deal, Fletch. Why is this supposed to be funny?" Well, hang on a second. The guy comes out, and of course, the guy I'm telling the story about, I was telling him, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. I am just having the most terrible day," lamenting about how bad his day sucked and whatever. And then he kind of finished it off by saying, "You're probably not going to believe this, but about in this same spot on the other side this morning, I rear-ended a lady." And the guy looks at him and he's like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And about this time, the guy I'm telling the story about starts piecing it all together. And he recognizes the insurance agent's name and, the company that he's with and everything. And he's just like, oh, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. And he kind of just says it out loud. And the guy looks at him. He's like, well, what? He's like, I'm not mad at you, dude. It happens, rush hour traffic. Rear ending happens, whatever. And the guy's being totally cool to him about it. But the guy's trying to make this person in our family feel better about it. And he's like, hey man, don't worry about it. Stuff like this happens. Says, my wife got in an accident this morning too, right over there. And he pauses for a minute and he goes, is that you? Did you hit my wife this morning? So yeah, true story. I verified it. So in the morning, he's in the morning he's dozing off, and he rear ends, falls into the wife. And at night, on his way home from work, dozing off, rear ends and plows into the husband. So two traffic accidents, rear ends in the same day on a husband and wife. He did say, at least though, that it was easier to handle the claim because he and his insurance only had to deal with one agent, one insurance, because they were on the with the same agent, same company, the husband and wife. Well, hopefully you guys got a kick out of that, and clearly I think it's funny. Hopefully you do too. Hey guys, if you got a funny story or something like that you want to share, go ahead and post it below, and hopefully we can make someone laugh today. Well guys, that's it for today. And as always, until next time, we'll see you then.